you have more time than you think. You want to watch your show, you just tell yourself one episode, just one more episode, and I'm done. And then you end up watching 5, 10. You end up binge watching the entire season. And then with your phone, you say, okay, one more reel, 10 more minutes of scrolling. And then you end up scrolling for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then all your time is gone. You got to realize that everybody has the equal amount of time. We all have the same amount of time. It's about understanding what you can do with your time and your potential, and using your time wisely, managing your time, and doing the things you know you need to do. Because it's easy to just keep planning and thinking all the time without actually doing. And then when it comes time to do the thing, you're not motivated, you don't have inspiration, because you spent all your dopamine on just thinking and planning and talking about what you want to do. Think about this. There are people out there who are working 3 jobs back to back just to make ends meet. And these are the same exact people that never complain about time. They just keep going and they just keep doing things, and they have so much on their plate. They're taking care of their families. They have 3 jobs. They have a wife. They have kids. People have time. We all have the same amount of time. So if they can do it, then what's your excuse? If you have people like at the top who are they're in politics, they're business people, they're doing a million things with their time. They're building businesses, they're selling businesses, they're in real estate, they're buying properties, they're doing so many things, they're reading, they're spending time with their families, they're consulting all at once. And this is just to say that you have way more time than you think. We gotta change this limiting belief that we have that tells us that we don't have enough time, because it's not that you don't have enough time, it's that it is not a priority. You gotta reframe it. Yes, you have enough time. Don't say you don't have enough time. Just say instead, it's not my priority. It's not something I want to do right now. And that's okay. At least you're being honest. I remember there was a time in my life where I was doing so much. I was waking up, going to university, making videos on 2 channels, posting on Instagram, on TikTok, short form content, long form content, making products, writing books, all at the same time, going to jiu-jitsu, going to the gym multiple times a week. And even then, I still had time for other things. I still had time to go out with my friends once a week, to, just chill. And you gotta realize that you have so much more time than you think. And I was at a stage where I was doing so much, yet I still felt like I had more time. But in the past, so like 3 years ago, it was the exact opposite. I had nothing. I was literally doing nothing. I was just in school, and that's it. And I still always felt like I didn't have time. And it wasn't that I didn't have time, it was that I wasn't managing my time effectively. I wasn't doing the things with my time that I knew I needed to do. And that is it. That's what sets you back all these years. That's what at the end of your life, you're going to be like, I wish I never made those excuses. So choose to place emphasis on how well you manage your time, the things you do with your time, because I'm 100% certain if there is something you are saying that you don't have time for, I'm 100% certain your screen time is at least 2 hours. And if you spend 2 hours on your phone, you can just take those 2 hours away from your phone and you can put them into learning a skill, doing something else. But the problem is, it's not a priority. You don't want it. Because if you wanted to do that thing, you would sacrifice the time you spend on your phone to spend time learning a skill, spend time studying your craft, learning piano or whatever you want to do. So this mindset changed my life. It was never an issue about time. We all have time. I used to make the same excuse. I used to always say, I need more time. I don't have enough time. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. But I did have time. We have the same amount of time. I was just using my time in different ways. And I had to really think about the things I was doing that were redundant to my growth, that weren't really necessarily boosting myself in the way I wanted to go and providing me with this direction that was going to help me for the rest of my life. Most things I was doing were useless. They were just time wasters. And I had to identify those things and eliminate them to see actual results with my growth, with my YouTube channel, with my personal development, with my writing ability, my skills, my filmmaking, and many other things. So to keep it simple, it's about identifying and understanding that you do have time. We all have time. It's just about understanding that there are some things you're doing with your time that are not necessarily useful. And you can eliminate those things to free up. You can say no to those things to say yes, to be able to say yes for other things, to create space for the things that truly matter. And time is just an excuse. If you wanted it, you would do it. It's just not a priority. You got to make it a priority. You got to make yourself want it. And then you're going to find time for anything. So I'm Dan. I make videos like these every single day. If you like this video, subscribe.